I am Gojiroth, and I am here with
Sky.
and
Mufasa the Pimp.
and this is Everlasting Summer, a Russian visual novel which has stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Such good stuff.
listen to us read it crappily.
Pretty much.
The intro
Are we
to
gonna
this.
do that thing we did last night?
Well, it's just one voice for a long time, so this first episode will be a bit longer.
Yeah.
I was having that dream once again. That dream.
Oh.
Same every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning, as usual.
Stereotypical.
This sounds vaguely familiar.
Maybe
I know,
it's for
right?
the best. Only a glimpse of memory will remain, of gates half opened, as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pioneers standing close. And also that strange girl, who keeps asking me. Will you come with me? Come? But where? And why? And where am I anyway?
New Wonderland.
Of course, it all would have happened in real life. I would have certainly been scared if it all would have happened in real life. Ugh, this much I'm sure. But this is just a dream. The same one I see every night. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening. Something desperate for my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real. And as things in my own flat, as real as things in my own flat, I could open the gates, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, inhale the fresh, cool air, and shiver from the cold. I could, but to do that I would need to pick myself up, make a step, move my hand. But this is a dream. I understand that.
Alright, guys. Was there echoing before? Because I plugged in earbuds.
No, you're fine.
It's okay.
Alright.
What would change my understanding? Because here is just like on the other side of the crackling screen of an old TV, which struggles to the fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. But the picture is getting blurry. I must be waking up soon. Maybe I should ask her something. That girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. Why dot over I was called a tittle, but dot over J? Okay, I don't know how to do things. Nice letters.
I forget how to life.
As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because if every night I'm having this dream, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you'll see the Magellanic Clouds. As if I ended up in the southern hemisphere. Oh, look, an owlie. Look at the owl. Oh, its eyes are flashing.
Really? It's hard to tell for me.
Yeah, it's like really.
Yeah.
Like, it's even difficult to read the words.
Yeah, it's like low res.
I'm assuming it looks perfectly fine for you.
Yeah, it does. Can you see the things in the bottom?
What
The
thing?
text?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Somewhat.
I think that it gets a bit bigger when there are people talking, but we'll see.
Alright.
Straight lines are your own distorted reflection, since here you cannot die. If you cannot die, is there a point in living? I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. Stop talking! I forgot that this intro...
People will want to read this.
Yeah. Will you come with me?
Now they're gonna have to quickly hit the pause button.
Yeah. And every time I have to answer. It's the only way. Otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Okay, first decision. It's yes.
What does it say?
It's
Yes,
yes.
I'll come with you. No, I'll stay here. What do you think?
Well,
I mean-
let's try and figure out what's even happening.
Yeah.
Basically, it's some... Okay.
Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Oh, I said yes, I'll come with you. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does so
Who is
much...
who?
I don't know!
Ah!
Why does so much...
Oh wait, it said a woman, didn't it?
Why does my life suck so much?
Dot, dot, dot.
It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. And then we come to reality. I think.
Just wake up to some psychopath, just ready to kill you.
QWERTY board.
Or a keyboard, that totally works too.
Suddenly otaku.
Hey, Skyeler, that sounds a lot like you.
I guess so, yeah.
Wait, that looked familiar.
The girl from Lazy Town, yes, I know.
Yeah, it was a forum for something.
It's 2chan. The computer screen stared at me as if it was alive.
One rotom later.
Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself. It had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings, could love and suffer. As if in our relationship the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me, lifeless piece of plastic and textilite. There's some truth in that. Probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world.
Oh my.
Sounds like us right here.
Anonymous image boards. Some chats. Sometimes. Rarely ICQ or Jabber. The forums even more rarely because I have to defend my own opinion.
What was that ICQ thingy?
It's probably something Russian.
Oh.
People on the other side of the internet cable simply do not exist. They're all simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code or a kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. Started. Well, you can read this, can you? Well, you can read? Can you read?
I went completely full screen. I closed out of the two sidebars, one of the chat. And
it was too blurry to comprehend.
Yeah, you can...
So me, right now, it's completely full screen.
If you close the chat, it should look a bit better.
Yeah, I have everything closed and it's at full screen. I can read the text, but I wasn't able to read the things on the computer.
Okay. If one looked at my existence from the side, such thoughts would seem so mad, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnoses, and maybe write me a doctor's referral to an asylum. I want to swing from that chandelier.
It looks so much fun. Hey, it's on.
Ah, bright light, turn it off. Ah.
Suddenly vampires.
Pretty much.
A small apartment with no trace...
The beginning of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Trace of repair or semblance of order in it, and always the same view out of the window on the gray megalopolis, running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life.
Someone translate that in stupid language, please.
Well, of course it didn't start like this. One of you guys can take over now.
I was born, went to school, and finished it, like all the others. I was accepted at the university where I spent a year and a half trailing and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well, sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living a life to its fullest. It was looping on in monotonous circles. And in the Groundhog Day movie, as in the Groundhog Day movie. It's just I had no choice in how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, a same vicious spiral. Spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair.
Well, he's depressing.
Or he's just extremely depressed. For the last few years, I just sat in front of the screen all day. Sometimes there were menial jobs, sometimes my parents helped me. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder really, since my needs are quite minor. I hardly leave my home, and my communication with other people almost entirely consists of online correspondence with anonymous who have no real name, no gender, no age. So, in brief...
This is a quite depressed otaku.
Yeah. So in brief, quite a typical life of a quiet and typical antisocial person of his time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale without doomsday-related visions.
That's a reference.
That is.
I really hope there will be character development throughout the game.
Yeah. Maybe some highly respected director will make a movie about me and it will become a classic of modern drama cinema. Or I'll make one myself. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times but couldn't even come up with a simple script.
You fail at script.
I also tried learning many other things. Not gifted enough to draw. Programming, got bored. Foreign languages takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading, but still I would never have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace in watching anime and grandmaster blame internet jokes.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know. Though I am good at the other stuff too, so.
Take
If I were
that.
to get paid for it, I probably would be a happier person and a richer person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside me.
Well, it's pretty.
Yeah,
Come on, otakus are supposed to be cheery.
Robbie?
maybe. No, not in Japan, no. Some, half of them are, the other half are not. Today was another, or do you want Robbie to go?
Yeah, you can go, Robbie.
Today was another typical day of a typical loser's typical life.
Wow, I have so many personalities in here.
Oh.
And today is the day when I have to go to my university reunion, because that's clearly going to be fun, socializing with other people. Frankly speaking, I really did not want to. Those people. And what's the point? Time I spent with them was so short. However, I got persuaded by a friend. I have a friend?
Oh my god.
My former university mate, and one of the few who I kept in touch, not only through the internet. Hear that, guys? We have butt buddies.
Oh. Oh.
What? Okay.
I'm Spider-Man.
Man. Go, Spidey, go.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Spider Russian, Spider Russian.
Does whatever a Spider Russian can.
I think this is
that
us.
us?
Yeah, this is us.
Oh, bearded.
Oh.
Why does he look like me? I'm kind of scared now.
Skyeler, this is you in the short future.
Maybe.
A frosty evening. Bus stop. Waiting. I never liked winter.
Oh, I love winter.
I love winters.
Though hot summer is not my season either. I just typically
Nope.
hate everything.
I don't like summer.
I hate everything equally.
It's too hot and too many annoying insects.
You know, it doesn't matter when I spend my life in a box.
Well, it's more like everything's neutral with me. There's likes and dislikes.
Plus, today was running so late, I was about to say screw it and spend the last few hundred rubles.
Rubles.
Rubles?
Rubles. It's Russian currency. Yeah.
Okay, so we know the setting,
Yeah.
kind of, for taxi. The idea of returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. Because, you know,
As
why not watch anime?
As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there's not a single useful one to seize. Such thought that you could bring into existence, give it a shape, turn it into an idea, and put it into practice. Maybe I could start my own business. But where would I get the money from?
Parents?
Or maybe I could go back to working in an office.
No.
That's
not fun.
Something burned down. Or maybe I could get no no way.
Freelancing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But what skills do I have? Who needs me after all? No one. No one at all.
What's with the thingy in the background?
Oh my god. So the thing is there's a siren in the outside. This is
No, not that, the sign.
Oh, the sign. Oh, that was just a sign probably for the bus stop. I
Yeah,
suddenly
I don't know why. I just really like trying to pay attention to the background, see if there's anything interesting.
I
or
suddenly
any,
remembered my childhood and Uncle Larry. Or
Are
rather,
you sure he's your uncle?
I'm not entirely sure. Or rather, teen years. The time when I was 15 to 17 years old. Why exactly those years? Nah. Don't know. Because back then everything was much more simple. It was easier to make decisions. So complicated now and so simple then. Waking up in the morning, I knew how my day was going to pass, and I was always eagerly looking forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have time for the things I liked. Computer.
Man, his high school is going much more smoothly than mine is.
Going out with friends. And then at the beginning of the next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there were no such worrying questions as why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, and what will not change. A simple life stream, so casual for any normal person, and so odd to myself today.
Careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love.
It was.
Ooh. Her appearance and character have
this
vanished
will
from
be
my memory.
That's so we can choose who it was. Wink.
Oh. Wink, wink, and nudge, nudge. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, desire to care for her and protect her.
Other desires as well.
Sadly, it didn't last long. Today I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I'd probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation, what on earth to discuss, and how to attract her.
That sounds like us.
Yeah. Well, I haven't met a suitable girl for a long time. Or where could I meet one?
A bar?
Or
Maybe.
a bus.
Ah,
The sound of an
I
engine
guess.
working brought me back to reality. A bus pulled over. There's something abnormal about it, I thought. Robbie?
Uh-oh.
it's gonna bring him to the anime world, oh my god!
That again doesn't matter. Only the 410 runs this route. Let's go back to Wonderland.
Yes, please. Oh, that looks epic.
I wonder how old our character is. I mean, he has a beard and his hair looks a bit white.
He's in his mid to late 20s. You remember when he was a teenager, 15, 17.
Street lights passing me. It's as if their cold light sparks inside of me, trying to light up feelings long dead. Or maybe not sparks, just wakens them. Because those feelings, they've been living in me for a long time, quelling down and waking up again. The driver's radio was playing some familiar tune, but I wasn't listening to it. Next.
I was watching the cars passing by through the fogged up window. Because people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little worlds. Why would they care about mine? Robin.
They probably have their own serious problems, or maybe they just have much easier lives. Lucky them. You can't know for sure, since all people are different. Or aren't they? What?
Blah, blah, blah.
Sometimes someone's actions can't easily be predicted because they're stupid, like me. But if you try to look inside his soul, if they have one, you will only see impenetrable darkness.
Wah, wah. Debbie Downer. Da-da-da.
A
bus was approaching
downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Shiny, shiny.
Hundreds of ad boards, thousands of cars, millions of people. I was watching the light show, and somehow I got terribly sleepy. Did someone drug my coffee? My eyes closed for just a moment, and then...
Movies.
Let's go to Wonderland, boys!
Sounds fun.
Oh, intro time.
Oh, goody. We're not Spider-Man this time.
Nope, just
Okay.
going around town.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wom.
this just sums up what happened so far.
Yeah. Day 1.
How long is this game?
It's actually, it's like, there's 4 days, but, no, 7,
Did
I
you
think.
sleep overnight in the bus?
Bright daylight struck my eyes. At first I didn't
Wasn't
pay
it-
attention. I wasn't fully awake yet. On their own, my legs carried me towards the door.
Wasn't it nighttime when you went
Damn!
to the
Looks
bus?
like I fell asleep and missed my stuff.
But there are no
Yeah,
doors. I've looked around the bus and realized that it wasn't a good old worn-out Marco Polo. Instead, the bus was the Icarus model, and new. I was frozen in shock. How? What? Am I dead? Robbie.
On our way to Wonderland.
I must be dead.
Are you sure? I really believe the Wonderland thing.
I touched my body wildly,
Oh.
slapped myself in the face a few times,
I didn't think it'd be that big.
struck the back of the front chair with my forehead until it started bleeding.
Man. That's a...
It's clear.
pretty-
Either I'm still alive, or being dead, you can still feel the pain.
He must have a pretty big dong if he can do that stuff.
Oh my god.
No dongerino here. But how could all this happen? Maybe I was asleep for too long and up in the bus depot. And then what? Did they put me in another bus? Why?
What? Wouldn't they just wake you up to say get out?
I rushed out and took a look around.
But there was no door!
Why you do this?
Greenery wherever I looked. Tall grass on the roadside, trees, flowers. Summer? But how? It was winter just a second ago.
What the fuck?
My head hurt bad.
Which
I
one?
can't comprehend this shenanigan.
As if my head was going to explode.
Which one? Step by
Both.
step. Started to recall.
Ah.
I started to recall. That close up on the eye, man.
The art is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A long
whoever
road
did
running
artwork
towards the
design,
horizon,
they actually did a
forests,
pretty good job on it.
plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. I think I was sleeping, but how did I can remember all of it? And then a gap. Some girl leaning over me. She is softly whispering something into my ear. And a gap again.
Was it the girls' gap?
No, like a gap in his memory.
And
like
then
he
I
can't-
woke up here. Who?
Huh?
What?
Dream? What?
Was she
I
just
don't understand.
I don't know.
Ah.
For
some-
some reason.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
For some reason, thinking about her made me feel better and calmed me down a little. I felt warmth all over, coming from the inside.
Oh.
Oh.
Could it be her who brought me here?
You think you would wake up if she
And I need
managed
to
drag
find
you-
her! The best way to look for her is to get away from here.
But what if she's like CL and just stalking you?
Ho ho ho.
Oh no. I rushed
To
to
the
the
left, to the right!
then stopped hesitating where to go and finally ran in the direction where the bus probably came from. Dot it up.
Probably.
Okay, we're off to Narnia.
Physical exercise does refresh one's mind. Thoughts become
No.
clearer, and it gets a little easier to evaluate the surrounding reality.
Oh.
Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside wheezing and trying to ease my sore throat by hopping gulp air.
Gulping hot air. Anyway.
In any
Robbie,
case, Robbie.
And anyhow, the run did its work. The fear went away for a while because I'm too tired to think. Maybe I'm really just dreaming. Although after recalling my scene kid stuff, I immediately rejected the idea. I am neither dreaming or dead.
Sky, when he's actually talking, you can voice him.
I am neither dreaming nor dead.
A narrow road was running through the field and far into the distance. That exact road from my dream.
Okay, question. How do you pronounce his name?
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon.
Oh god.
That sounds similar to something else.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Seaman.
God damn it.
How about Semi? Let's call him Semi.
But
What's
that
wrong
sounds like
with semen?
That sounds like Sime. I must be very far from my home, and people are joking about my name.
This is what happens in the Mystery Land.
How about Semian?
Yeah, that sounds okay. It's about the
Sticking with semen.
new stuff. Of course, the summer is usually like that, green and hot. But Everything is not just like it in real life. Robbie?
Everything looks like it was taken from the paintings of Russian landscape artists of...
The 19th century.
Oh. Still learning Roman numerals.
That's fine. I got it.
Oh.
I got him when he's actually talking, so you guys got the narrative.
The grass is just too lush. The bushes. Yeah. Gotta love my speech skill.
Oh, yeah.
Bushes are not like what bushes should be, because, you know, they clearly are just overgrown.
Your speechcraft is level over 9,000.
Yes.
That reference was cool.
And the trees themselves, they must clearly be bushes. The forest quite far away. The bushes looked as if they had closed even their ranks and were just now waiting for for an order to advance into the fields and plains. So I didn't know they suddenly turned into
I caught my
tree
breath
people,
and looked at the
like
bus,
Doctor Who, like that one guy thing, or was that something else?
which was now barely visible. That was a good run.
No, it is never a good run because you have to exercise.
Fear took over me once again.
That is he bipolar?
And those power lines, they must be people. Wait, no. Bipolar,
No,
go away.
no.
They must be people here.
There must be people. But what does it mean?
What does it mean?
What it does mean.
In fact, that means nothing at all.
Oh my god.
Even hell can have power lines?
What?
Baking and roasting the
Too
sinners.
old-fashioned.
I must have reached the point of no return. After which, you should easily lose your mind completely, or finally try to understand what is going on.
And while I still have the choice, I should rather pick the second option, because clearly we have the option if we don't even know if we're dead or not. So let's just go back to the weird bus thingy.
Of course, it was frightening, but I'm not likely to find an answer in the fields of the woods, and this wretched bucket of screws is the only kind of link that I have with the real world. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my god.
Look at her butt. I should carefully scout out the area.
Man, this game seems to have a lot of military stuff.
Soviet Alchemy's Owlet. Ah.
Yeah, that's the name of the well, that's what it says on the gate. Yeah.
There is something funny looking about that thing. That
The trip's
statue
taking a
farm.
bit too long today.
I smirked.
Oh.
A person may start acting inadequately in extreme situations. Robbie.
Something like is probably happening to me now.
So I guess I'll be his outer voice, and then the squigglies will be Robbie, and then the non-squigglies and non-voice will be Josh, the narrative.
Yeah, but there are other characters, of course.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
This place didn't look
Are
abandoned
we
at
doing
all.
that thing? What?
No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls.
Yeah, that person.
Slovyanok. Cyber, yeah.
That's you, Robbie.
Oh, what could have a name like that? Judging by the pioneer statues, but which, by the way, the one on the right, their arm looks funny.
Which one?
Their right arm.
The one that's holding the trumpet? Or is that a
They're both
telescope?
holding trumpets.
It's probably
The
a
one
telescope.
at the right.
Could be a kid's summer camp, right? And this camp seems to be working. There you go.
Of course, the simplest explanation probably explains nothing at all. Either way, I hope the camp counselor doesn't touch the little boys.
Oh.
Strange girl, the altered bus, summer, the pioneer camp, or at least what we're assuming is a camp.
Thousands of stories went through my mind instantly, from alien abduction to lethargic sleep, from hallucination to time and space shift. None was worse than the other,
Lethargic sleep.
but there was no way to I can't talk today. Then it came to
Someone
me.
explain to the stupid guy what lethargic means.
I can, it's like really, really deep sleep.
Oh.
Comatose, basically, but not coma, because you can wake up.
I can
But
use
it's just...
I can use my cell
Totally.
phone.
Yay!
I took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list.
Mudre.
But instead of signal strength bars, the screen was showing a thick cross. Robbie.
Alright, there may be no signal in such a backward country place, despite the thingies that I forgot the name of. Although, I cannot be the only one who got here, because that just would make sense. Buses don't go on their own. Actually, on a side note, isn't there vehicles in progress where they're able to drive themselves?
Yeah, but this is like an older bus, so that's weird. It's not a newer bus. Well, it's a new old bus. I checked the bus from all sides to make sure that it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded out paint and worn out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly the kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. I gave a nervous chuckle. It came out by itself, sporadically. Because it wasn't a right place or time to laugh.
Where on earth is the driver? Did he go in somewhere to masturbate?
Oh. That's the thing.
That's the thing that you said. I cautiously sat down on the curbstone beside the bus and started waiting. Did-it-did-it. My patience didn't last long, like 5 minutes actually. My anxiety seemed to have reached the top, and I started going, slightly mad. In such situations, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness.
Oh, we're back to depression again.
Is this how it will all end? How my life will end? Oh, right. Robbie.
Is this how my life will end? But I wanted to do so much because that clearly worked out so well. So many things that I have no time for yet. Because clearly we had the interest for that.
I was taken over by the idea. That was definitely the end.
Robbie.
But why?
The squigglies are you.
It's not fair! Surely I'm no worse than anyone! God, why?
Oh, he closed his eyes. Sonia.
Tears were burning in my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the the glass. I started bleeding profusely.
Why? What did I do? Why me?
But my outcries were only heard by speechless statues of pioneers and by a bird on the tree, who immediately flapped her wings and took off. Everyone leaves me! Having cried something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dining nap.
Notice me, senpai?
At last, I was breathless with my weeping, and just laid quietly, sobbing from time to time. Da-da-da-da. After a while, I managed to pull myself together. Mine cleared up a bit, as if terror and the fear of death gave me a little break. Robbie.
Oh, all in all, if someone wanted to kill me, what is all of this for?
Tell me. What'd you do?
Doesn't look
I
like
done goofed. Doesn't look like an experiment either. If this is some crazy coincidence, then it probably carries no threat. Anyway, for now, it seems there is no danger.
or
I
danger.
hope.
The panic was soon gone. Of course, the blood was still pounding in my head and all over my body from the glass I was lying in. And my hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now.
Right now, there is nothing I can really change anyway. So no matter how much I think or get mad, it would only make things worse. So there's only one solution to this. Masturbate. Anyway, in any case, I won't learn anything by lounging about here. So I guess I gotta end my masturbation.
This camp looked like the only place where people would be, so I decided to walk there. And hardly have I reached the gates when a girl came out from behind them, wearing a pioneer uniform. Robbie.
My logic didn't let me down this time, because that would mean we would have logic. And again, pioneer uniform in the 21st century?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, girls here?
I froze, unable to make a step, like a little wimp. I felt very much like running away.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like us.
Running away as far as I could from this place, far from this bus, gates, statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta.
Damn it!
Go hang out with Wile E. Coyote.
Just run, free like the wind. Faster and faster, waving
Go
to
fast.
Free falling.
and winking to the galaxies. Run, becoming a pulsar ray and turning into vestigial radiation. Run to face the unknown.
Woo.
Run no matter where, as long as it is very fast and far away from this place. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled.
Oh.
I could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with arousal. Human instincts work despite of consciousness, and while only 5% of the brain is responsible for cognitive processes, the remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular, ensuring stable functioning of the hormonal system. I desperately wanted to get less complicated. Stop thinking entirely in formal quotes from Wikipedia, though my thoughts appeared, one by one, being stupid out of place, as if taken from a frickin' internal monologue from the hero of some junky visual novel. A pretty Slavic face, long braids looking like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, and blue eyes in which you could drown.
Oh yeah.
Okay, who's gonna be this person?
Hi, you must have just arrived.
Okay, another choice.
You should probably reply after you save.
That's a lot of saves.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's totally not run away.
Yeah.
I'll do
Alright
this.
then, welcome. Well,
Or not.
I have a, for her, what she looks like, I have a good voice for it.
I was totally gonna do that thing we were doing last night,
No,
though.
not yet, not yet.
Oh!
She smiled broadly. Strange. It looked as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. Robbie.
Bah! I shouldn't have returned here! In the woods, it feels seem better!
Oh my god.
Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna end this particular recording here because it's getting a little long.
Yeah.
So, what was it again? Control.
For stop recording,
Yeah.
Control Alt F12, I think, or was it Shift?
It was Control Shift